Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review, where we, you know who we is, me and Aaron will be discussing Southern Charm, Season 10, Episode 11. Everybody, welcome Aaron.
Hey everybody, thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, we about, again, we at the end, you know, they don't do the 25 episodes no more, child. You know, they've been on the budget. So,
yep.
I think reunion's gonna be early April. Shoot, late March. Where they going? But yeah, they're down there in Nassau, Bahamas, y'all. They out there visiting Shep's friend.
Yeah, I don't even know if she's his friend, to be honest.
Miss Bahamas, whatever year she won, y'all. Real cute little thing. Yeah, so everybody got opinions and, you know, folks coming in and spurts. You know, I think the last person to come is who they really dread to see. And he wasn't even on this episode, but he was mentioned. You know who he is. That's JT. But yeah, so let's just get on in there.
Yep, okay.
You gonna say something?
I was just going to say, I think Venita's still looking forward to his visit, but that's about it.
Well, speaking of Venita, she was late, y'all. She said she couldn't find her passport. Girl, I'm looking at mine right now because I'm going somewhere. Child, just thinking about not being able to find it when you know you need it. I'm looking at it, and my eyes is on it. Right, girl. Oh, it's been looking at me for the last 8 days. I have to make sure everywhere I go, I see that book. But yeah, Venita lost her passport, y'all. I mean, not lost it. She couldn't find it, so she was late. She was on the next thing smoking. Oh, I don't want to say that considering everything going on with these planes, child. Let me not say that. Girl. Then we got so we pretty much get into the episode. They're all getting ready for dinner to meet up with Sienna. The guys are already, you know, getting ready for the previous episode. They were already welcoming Sienna, giving her some a drink, and Shep was changing his clothes and everything. Remember that, y'all? Well, now, huh?
I said, ooh, yeah. Cringe begun.
So now we're looking at the ladies getting ready, and poor Molly, her got a migraine. Oh, she in there in the dark with all the barely any light, girl. I feel your pain. I know how you feel, girl. But mine don't come from 13 glasses of champagne. You know, I'm just saying, you know, I couldn't drink that much, child. Ooh, that's a lot. But yeah, respect the bottle, y'all. When you out there drinking, whether you inside or out, respect the bottle and make sure that you are drinking responsibly. Please. Oh boy. So they're all checking on her and letting her know she's loved and she'll be missed for dinner. And they all, you know, go downstairs, and I swear this Sally girl, she must not own no drawers, no underwear whatsoever. I understand it's the Bahamas, but good grief. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying I didn't catch it. I didn't notice.
For some reason, well, we all know the reason, production. They was filming her from behind quite a few times, and all you can see is cheeks. So, you know, like, listen, folks can tell. Well, I know I can. Madison had on one of those high bikini cut what's the thongs. You can kind of see that, but girl, Sally, mm-mm. Free commanda, whatever it's called. Sally don't give a doggone. But yeah, they're all shooting down to see to have some dinner and everything. And Shep Shep poured his heart out to Sienna, y'all, right before they came downstairs. But she don't feel the same way. He let her know. Now this is where it got a little clarity for me when he mentioned how they started. You know, she's 26, he's 46, maybe they were 25 and he was 45. But anywho,
he's 44 right now at this
oh,
time.
what did you saying 46 on the screen?
Oh, I don't know. They said 40, but Craig says 44 to him, or Austen does, like later on in the scene. Because
Okay.
only reason I even noticed is because I'm 46, and I was like, I don't. So noticing that Shep is not my peer age, because I actually didn't think he was. I thought he was a couple years younger. So anyway, but I mean,
Okay.
he is 45 now because they shot this last year, whatever. So anyway,
Well,
whatever.
the
He's old
20-year
enough.
difference is
Yeah.
pretty much the point, right?
Yeah,
Because we keep
exactly.
hearing them say they're 20-year difference, 20-year difference. That's the issue. Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be, and in this case, it is because, like I mentioned, he finally explained a little more in depth of how they started, and you know, it was like lust at first sight, getting it on like two rabbits, and from my perception, he kind of got p-whipped, you know, so he just started, you know, feeling certain feelings that she wasn't feeling. And she told him, well, we never really, you know, defined the relationship. And she wasn't thinking of it in the same manner. So does that add clarity?
Well, I mean, yes, a little bit, but I also remember him saying that she said I love you too, and so like I feel I took from that situation that uh they did start out hot and heavy, that he was clearly p-whipped by her. I do agree with that, but I feel like she played into the level of emotionality with him, or was not clear enough when he started professing all this love to lead him on up until a point. Because one thing that we can't change is that no matter what, by the time he got here, he should have been pretty clear on the fact that she didn't feel the same way that she might have before. Period.
And you know, adding to that, I agree with 98% of what you said.
Yes.
The only thing that I wanted to add into that was this.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in the throes of passion and you guys are just talking willy-nilly, I too have said, what if we had kids and this, that, and the third, and they would have this? We weren't serious. I wasn't, again, I was in my 20s. And I remember a couple of times just having random conversations, but it wasn't to the point where that was something that we were both discussing as a future. We were just talking. What if, you know, look, okay, just to be honest, what if the condom broke and we had a kid and got, you know, so I I really think he took it and ran with it. I really don't believe that she was saying how he's saying she was saying it, if in fact she actually said it. I don't think she said she loved him.
Sure, but and I'll agree with you on that point. So maybe we'll split hairs here. She was well aware, though, he was professing his love and that he was super p-whooped. She was well aware, and like wasn't stopping him from spinning down a rabbit hole until she started getting distant. After, remember, he said they were talking, and then she got on a flight from South Africa and then
Mm-hmm.
started to spiral. So, you know, I just feel like that's where Shep clearly needed to come to the Bahamas. I got why he arrived there hopeful, but when she didn't meet him at the airport, when she started acting weird, like he immediately needed to change course. Like immediately. And Excuse me, I just sneezed.
Bless you.
Thank you. Needed to spare everybody's ears. But like, I just, for him to be hanging on to the "we're in love," and I know you know in your heart that's where it just was creepy. Because Shep, you knew that something had died before you even got to the airport, arrived, because of the way things were you were getting ghosted, like it was getting real distant. So either
Yeah,
way, he weirded her out. She was weirded out by the time he got there. And I feel bad for him because he obviously really wanted different signs, but it's painfully clear by this conversation that, change course, abort mission, like calm down,
hello.
And, yes. So, you know what I mean? Like, she's not into you anymore, sir. She's not. And whatever this is, I mean, I heard, I think in the after show, that he said that she did try to say we need to have a conversation. So that she did try to talk to him about, I think, her change before he got there. And he told her, no, this is what you knew, that this is what I did. We'll have this
Yeah,
conversation on camera. So this could have been avoided if he wanted, but I don't think that he was ready to face reality.
girl. I mean, and
Yeah.
and it's just a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But that was pretty much the gist of their conversation, y'all, while they were alone and getting ready and coming down for dinner. So they finally joined the rest of the group for dinner, and they start giving her the third degree.
Where does Shep
um,
go? What does he go to do? I don't even remember. And then they just start bugging her.
yeah, Austen wanted to talk to Shep at the bar and gossip a
Oh,
little bit
that's what it was. Okay.
about
Okay.
why about the conversation Shep
Oh,
was
yeah.
having with Sienna, like pretty much
Yeah.
how to go, woo de woo.
Yeah.
And then
Can't even believe.
Madison asked her if Sienna thinks they're a couple. And I just thought, some things that they were, like I just thought that, like, okay, for Madison to pose it that way, I just thought it was real crass. It wasn't suitable, and it was quite rude for her, because it sounds like she's just trying to how do you say, my mind went blank. I think Madison was just trying to satisfy their curiosity to see if Sienna was really into Shep the way he's saying, because it just didn't seem to be honest, if I was Sienna, I would have checked her right then and there. Like, well, I think that's something for me and Shep to talk about, and I really don't like your tone, because I just thought it was real, snide for Madison to pose that question like that. Like, satisfy our curiosity. Are you really a couple? Like, what?
I took a different read on it. Like, I feel like we both, Madison cuts to the chase. I feel like she was trying to be playful while at the same time wanting to satisfy her curiosity. But I also understood, she and Taylor both talked about how they're enjoying seeing Shep squirm on this one, because now the shoe's finally on the other foot, you know? And according to their experiences with Shep, he's been arrogant and he's been a lot of all these things. So, like, watching the situation, the tables having turned, they don't care, about prying into the situation, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with you that it is, like, impolite to ask her that, but, like, I also can relate where if it were me, like, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, you wanted to come on this show, girlfriend, like, I don't know, like, I just I would definitely be curious, be glad Madison asked her. You know what I mean? Like, because curious minds wanted to know. Although I think it was obvious.
They
Well, not.
embarrassed Shep.
They did. They
It's like
did.
he's their friend, and have some, decorum, and have a little empathy for the guy. It's like what's his name, Madison said in her confessional, he's been kind of a dick to her
Yes.
regarding her relationships, and they did a little montage over the years. It's like this get back stuff, it's really mean girl between her and Taylor. And Taylor, girl, shut up.
Oh,
Just
I
like you
know.
wanted Sally to keep Gaston out of her mouth. Taylor, be quiet because we don't want to go back to last year.
I mean, I do respect Taylor. It's got to be bizarre as hell to watch the man that you really wanted to marry, like, fawn over somebody in a way
Yeah,
he never did over you. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But at the
hello.
same time, like, um, this whole idea that, like, uh, I don't know, I don't know, her, the whole perspective, it's just unnatural that they're together. You know what I mean? That's what I kept thinking. Um, but yeah, I mean, the whole situation is just kind of getting embarrassing by this point, you know? Like, it's just
Really.
devolved, like you said. It's just,
But I give it to Shep. He's holding it together. He's not losing it like he would have done before, with calling people names or going off for yelling and screaming, cussing. So I'll give him that.
yeah,
He's holding it together, you
he
know.
wasn't, yeah, wasn't hammered like he'd be in the past when he does that stuff. Oh, excuse me, hiccup.
Hmm.
Yep, yep.
So that night ended and ended at 12:30. I think production says she went where she went, and
Wouldn't
that was
even
that.
kiss him. Wouldn't even kiss him. You know, there's no
Hopefully,
question.
hopefully off camera she was shy. Let's just say
No,
maybe she gave just a cute, quick 1, 2, and
I don't. Maybe it was on the after show that I watched. There's a
Mhm.
footage. There's footage. He went in for the kiss and she turned her head.
I think I did see them hug it out,
Yeah.
but maybe after the production put the camera away, or maybe when they weren't looking, maybe she was just shy.
What are you holding out for at this point? You're hilarious. Like, are you? No.
Listen, listen. I know Chef needs some thickness in his life. Please believe me. Some grown woman thickness who may be a tad bit older than him, but
Right.
maybe she gave him a little something. Maybe.
The
I feel bad
delusion.
for him, to be honest.
I do too. Listen, he was very, it's the way that she is now shutting him down makes you feel like, how on earth were they sleeping together before? And apparently they were. So, I feel bad for him because he's literally getting the cold shoulder. And there's nothing worse than really being into someone and having their feelings just disappear. It sucks. It
well,
does.
well, that was the end of that night, y'all, because it didn't really, as you see, it ended at
Mm-hmm.
12:30.
Yeah.
And so the next morning, Taylor spills the tea to Molly. Molly feeling a lot better and everything. And so, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, so Taylor spills the tea to Molly, and Shep wakes up. Child, it gets worse. Lord Jesus.
Oh gosh. Yep.
Oh Lord, the embarrassment continues. Lord, why Shep do this? Why, Lord, why? He wakes up and thought it was a real good idea to text Sienna. I even want to read to you what he said, but
Every time he read it, got, it just felt worse.
hold on. Now there's an embarrassing text Shep decided to send Sienna, child. Now he wants to share it with his homies to run it by them. Um, I wouldn't dare read that text. I wouldn't dare play the audio of him reading his text to Austen. It was, ooh, but child, you talk about pouring his heart out. It's to be honest, I don't see why he would have sent that text, considering the night that he had with her and hearing what we heard she say. Now, there could have been a whole lot more that have been said. We know how production be, giving us a certain narrative. But I don't know if I can say anything more about this text. He read to Austen. He read to Craig. Craig was laughing behind his back, child. Austen was like, no, no, no. In a confessional, it was worse, child. I think in the confessional, Austen said he would have just disappeared and died had he known about. Okay, go ahead, because I don't think I'm doing Shep justice.
Yes, you are. That was the cringiest, the cringiest, the worst. Like, oh, you just want to be like, stop, stop, no, stop, no, don't do it, no, it's bad. It's just like, if you want all hope of like killing whatever is left in her, it's gone now. It is gone now.
Her panties have come back up.
Oh, like she's went and got another pair to put on over the one she has. She's asking Granny, the president of the fan club, if she has a chastity belt. I mean, Shep. You know, it's interesting because like I think we all can think back to a time where like we're embarrassed maybe about how much we were falling over someone and misread or didn't, right? But like I can certainly tell you it's really interesting to me that he's experiencing something like this now and at this age, because like this is not something my 46-year-old self would do anymore.
Girl,
Like you
me
couldn't
either.
catch me in my 20s, sure, right?
Yes.
I'll be a fool for love. But at 44, no. If somebody was that lukewarm to me, I would be that lukewarm to them.
I certainly wouldn't have sent that text.
Oh God, no. You sure wouldn't have. You sure wouldn't have. No, ma'am.
Lord have mercy.
You weren't even
Fred
built
was
like
cracking
that in
up.
the twin. Yep. Well, it was the whole like your cute little freckled lips. I know, you feel the way I do because you looked at. No, Shep, she doesn't.
That's the part. That's the part. Everybody. When you hear, I know you feel it
Nope,
too. Oh
nope,
my
nope,
God.
nope. You're like, no, she does. Shep,
That's when I
everyone
clutched my
watching,
pearls.
everyone watching knows she doesn't feel it too, Shep. Everybody knows she doesn't feel it too. And so should you.
I'm just shaking. I'm just shaking my head. SMH.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know he getting roasted. Ooh, he getting roasted. All the Bahamas is laughing.
Well, it's like it truly should have stopped when yeah, oh no, it was like when she wouldn't kiss you goodbye, sir. You should send that email saying, I know you feel, don't be afraid of our love. She's not afraid of your love, Shep. She's afraid of you,
Don't
and
be
rightfully
afraid.
so, because you're turning
Don't be
into
afraid.
something scary.
Don't be afraid, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I know when Madison heard that, Lord Jesus. I know. Ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
she was calling him acting like a simp, and he
Ooh.
he is.
I'm just shaking my head, child. Post Shep. Oh man. Mm, mm, mm. Child, I think yeah. And by the time now mind you, there's a time gap between him waking up because he woke up about what he was working out about 7 in the morning, something like that. He didn't got breakfast for folks. He woke Austen up first, spent a little time with him, and then he went to Craig with a whole buffet of food. So there's been quite some time between the first time he read the text to Austen and then the second time he read the text to Craig, and still no response by the time he got done getting laughed at by Craig. Still no response. Not even a thank you.
Oh,
We'll talk later. Um, uh, 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 girl, was it red? That's the question.
and you
Because sometimes you can kind of preview a text before you open it up,
yeah,
and how
right,
he started, I would have not even opened it.
right. And Madison said I wouldn't even read it. She might not have even wanted to take it in because I mean,
Girl. Mm. So after all that embarrassment, you know, child. What did I say? Oh, Venita comes in. Venita, Ryan. Who was Venita by herself?
Whitney.
Whitney, thank girl, easily to forget.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
so Venita, Ryan, and Whitney comes in, and apparently JT was supposed to have come on the plane with Ryan, but his buddy pass wouldn't work. Buddy pass. I guess I would have never suspected or expected for JT to have a buddy pass. I sure would have thought he would just bought a flight and just mosey on over. I guess I was shocked when she said a buddy pass, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what was really cute was that they were getting ready for flamingo yoga. It was Molly, Taylor, and Rodrigo. Rodrigo was late, and the instructor was fine. I just have to say that, y'all. Just if you didn't watch the episode, go back and watch. He was really cute, real muscular. And why was the flamingo doing the yoga?
So cute. It was so cute. Like, yeah.
I'm like, what the? I'm glad it wasn't that goat yoga. Because can't no goat get on me and shoot out pellets,
right?
and people think
No.
it's cute. That's fecal matter.
I don't want little hooves on my back like that. I don't want to be in a position and have like little hooves, little sharp hooves jump on me. I love animals, goats, all that, but I don't want a goat jumping on me trying to do yoga.
If it was a cat, because cats ain't gonna sit up here and just do their business on you. That's the only thing for me.
Right?
If the goats did not do their business on you, I was like, okay, cool, the goat can stay, but I don't care if it is pellets and it ain't mushy. Nah, you.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it was the flamingo. I was happy to see it, and it was cute and pink. And who don't like nothing cute and pink? Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Rodrigo had a little difficult time getting his pose together, but it's all good.
Yep.
Oh Lord. So
he's growing on me. It's not that I didn't not like him. I just thought Rodrigo came off super hard at the reunion, and I was like a little bit like, calm down, yo. Like, nobody did anything to you. But I'm enjoying him more now this season.
I think because I don't think we saw his man last year, did we?
We didn't.
Maybe his man calmed him. Why ain't his man here? Anyway, I don't see Ryan's man. It seems like what's going on with Ryan and his cute husband? I hope they ain't separating, child.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in general with Ryan because I don't think he's at the reunion.
Is he one of those husbands that say, I don't want to film?
Well, no, because I think he's Patricia's plastic surgeon, is Ryan's husband.
It's going around, certain husbands don't want to film, Yeah,
I know, right?
Every blue moon, but don't put our business in the street either. Ooh, so pretty much that was it for them, child. Now the ladies, they going to the beach. Venita, she getting all the deets and everything, and she eyes wide open, like, what's been going on? What? It was Venita, Madison, and Sally. Yeah, Sally had on she finally had on something, y'all. She had on the bathing suit.
I was gonna say finally had something on those cheeks.
But it sure was high cut, French cut, doing it to get it, girl. That's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you got something on, that's all I got to say. They were looking really cute. I wish I would have had them. Girl, listen, when I was out there in Turks, or even when I was in Bahamas, I can't be up under no sun like that because they said it was hot with the umbrellas. I felt they pain because it just felt like
so did I.
Crying. You can feel your skin change color. It was just
my scalp would have burned because unless you put sunscreen in your hair, like that would have burned. My scalp would have burned the top of my head. Or unless you have a hat. No, all of it was, it was intense. I really did feel for them with no umbrella too.
Last year when I was in Turks, I was under the umbrella, under the shade, sweating bullets. under the umbrella,
Yeah.
in the shaded under the umbrella because of the humidity. It seemed like it was as hot as it was like the humid and the hot was exactly the same temperature.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God. Oh, girl, I had a frozen water within minutes.
Yeah.
Within minutes. I kept having to get cold water because it would start get hot in
Oh,
about an
wow.
hour. I was out there for a while though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But anywho. Yeah, so they out there, shooting shit and everything. And like I said, they talking about JT a little bit. It wasn't a whole lot of shade from Madison, if you could. So I think it may have something to do with Venita and JT's friendship as to why Madison didn't really give him what she normally gives.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm still on this. Why ain't Madison and Venita been talking? The first time was episode 10.
Yeah.
Well, at least they didn't show it. I'm like, oh my god. They were talking about how they do the flowers, the landscaping. I thought that was just so cute to have a friendship, where they're just
Yes.
discussing all kind of stuff like that. Anyway.
Yes.
Um, okay, so here it is, right? More talk about Shep. Craig does not, first of all, they all take different trips. They kind of disperse. Some people go snorkeling in the water, and then some people went to the fish fry. I would have liked everybody to do that all at once. I think a good snorkel and then go eat would have been opportune,
I
but
agree.
I don't know why they had to switch up. I mean, get in the water. It's hot as hell. But anywho, and then they had a real good time snorkeling. Ryan had to make sure it wasn't no man eating sharks in the water because he was
Yes.
like, "What kind of shark is this? Wait, what? Tell me
Yep.
again." No, I want you to tell me. Not my friends. I want you to tell me, the one who
Yeah.
work here.
Promise me everything's friendly in there.
Right. So Molly and Taylor was like, "Oh yeah, we did this before. It's all good." Yeah, no. Taylor's like, "No, they're fine. They're fine." He was like, "Mm-hmm. Let me talk to him." Blame Ryan. I know Ryan. I know that's right, Ryan. I'll be the same way. What? What happened? Okay, yeah, Taylor. I love you too. Now, what'd you say, sir?
Yep.
Yeah, I would have been the same way. Like, okay, now what's because he kept looking at him for guidance. He was like, But that was really nice. They had a great time. Even Ryan said he had a great time. I can tell he's real apprehensive, about certain things. So yeah, they had a great time. I'm glad Molly was out. Uh, and she had on that blue bikini, that she was trying on, looking really cute.
I
Um,
know.
yeah, I just wish all of them could have enjoyed that. And we ain't seen Whitney for the rest of the episode. By the way, I'm just saying we saw him come in, and that was it. He may have just left, but
Yep.
maybe he'll be on episode 12. Oh Lord, what else happened, child? Oh, so now they're at the fish fry. It's more people at the fish fry than was snorkeling. So it's quite
Yes, but
pretty much everybody else.
just to go back to that morning, like I honestly agreed with Craig, I have to say. Like, I don't want to hang out with Sienna if she doesn't want to hang out with you. This is weird. Like, no, this is not normal. Like, what is happening? If she doesn't want to hang out with you, she doesn't want to be on this trip with us. It's
I'm glad
cool.
you mentioned that because I forgot to bring that up.
Yeah, let's just, and I think I can understand why Craig had kind of had it. I did understand Austen's point a little bit when Craig was like, she doesn't want to hang out with you. It's like, you don't have to get mean now that like your friend is kind of crumbling. Like but I also kind of felt for Craig where he's like, it's painfully obvious where her head is at, regardless of where it was before. She don't want you now. So let's stop this madness and don't try to like force me to hang out with her because I'm your friend and she's not into you. What am I supposed to say to her? Like let's stop trying to force something.
Yeah, because Craig was like, I even offered her something to drink, but even then it was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, my goodness. And speaking of Craig, he don't want to fake the funk no more. He don't want to be that dude that's going around being fake to somebody he ain't gonna never see no more.
Right? And it's clear we're not gonna see Sienna.
Oh, child. I mean, he said it verbatim. I ain't trying to be fake.
Yeah.
And Craig is more. And listen, the more you get higher up in business, the more shrewd you become. And he ain't got time for no more foolishness.
Well, Craig is just further down on an emotional intelligence path. He was already working on his drinking by this point. I think he had a drinking coach. He was already like trying to work on being a better version of himself. And I know honestly, and I want to fairly say, I do think
Yeah.
Shep is on that path as well too. I just think he's much earlier on that path than Craig. Um, and I think that that's a big reason, obviously, why we're seeing a disconnect between Austen and Craig, because clearly Craig hasn't shared enough about that with Austen. And we're seeing Shep kind of fall apart because, like you've said previously, he just really hasn't done enough self work to be in a position to be in a
Mhm.
mature, healthy relationship with anyone.
Right.
Because he's really running after a feeling. He's wildly attracted to Sienna, and he's very impressed by her acumen, and that he loves the way that he feels when she picks him because of that inherent attraction. He does not know her well enough to know if he's deeply in love with her and if they're soulmates and if he has
Girl.
that kind of chemical love with her where it's like a I know you well and we're deeply in love together. No, this is called infatuation gone awry.
And I would have liked for the ladies to get their bags from Sienna before the night was over. I think that would have really added something more
Mm-hmm.
pleasant to the experience of that night. I
I
would
was
have liked to
curious
see
what was
that.
in them. I wouldn't have minded seeing if Sienna was trying to play up with the girls more. Do you know what I mean? Like I
I'm
would have
just
been
saying,
curious.
you
Yeah.
know, like
Mhm. Maybe she'd be different and you and I'd be very clear on what Sienna was there for. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Um
yeah.
Regardless of whatever her intentions were, it went awry, and Shep made it weird enough that most women that are attracted to men, heterosexual men, are like, this ain't it. This ain't it.
That's why I was like, the panties came up
Yeah.
as soon as she got that
Oh.
text. The draws
Oh.
came up. The
Yep.
draws ain't never coming back down.
She didn't even need the detail, Shep. The panties were gone the second the text went flat. The panties were up before the text, but they were glued on.
And I
After.
and you can kind of tell Shep was having a hard time at the snorkeling with the guy with
Yes.
everybody else because he started to feel real sad. He was really starting to it started to hit him like, dang, because
It's
he had
really
plans.
undeniable. It's really undeniable by her behavior that she doesn't want to be around you.
Well, I'll say this. I think she wants to be around him. She doesn't want what he wants at this moment. He's too far in. Like you said, we came in hot and heavy. So for her, we just having a good time. And of course, you're gonna visit me, I'm gonna visit you. That's what folks do when they got means. Other than that, we would have just chalked it up to just hanging out when we hung out. But I just think he's doing too much and making her uncomfortable because it's like, is he kind of stalkerish? Because it's borderline. What's the next step? Or so first you tell me how you feel. No, first trying to uh 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 check me about where I'm going, what time I'm getting there, and whatnot. Checking on me every 2 seconds when I'm in flight. All these types of things. Then you're sending me texts about how you feel. Next, you tell me, you're bad over, head over heels in love with me since day one, pretty much. Put me on a spot in front of millions of people. Put me on a spot in front of your friends. Now you're sending me this long text, and I'm like, what? I would think
Yeah.
that it would like the next. It's progressing to way too much.
I agree, but I still think there's a part in there where he was led on and like I mean the breaks, I don't think we did not need to end up here. That's the
You
point.
sure didn't.
That let's put it that way. Um he when I noticed it the most was when, well, I don't want to jump ahead because I think we might be jumping ahead with it. But I felt he was genuinely sad. It was the death of something.
No, we're there. We're there.
Oh no, I meant like when he was talking to her on the phone and she said, "I'm not going to go to the fish fry." Oh, okay, so we were there. Remember when he was like, "Well, I don't feel good about it." Like his voice is cracking and he's like desperate to get her to reassure him in some way. And
Yeah.
like Craig and Austen were like breaking because they're like, "Dude," everyone that was watching was like, "Shep, stop. You are not going to get emotional validation from this woman. Please stop. It is not going to happen. It is painful for us all involved. You have got to wave the white flag, sir. You are not going to be emotionally validated by Sienna at this point. It is very obvious she's avoiding the level of desire you have to be with her. And that is regardless of whatever the thing is, right? No matter what way you and I like kind of look at it,
Mm-hmm.
it was painfully clear by that conversation he needed to stop.
Girl, just like them texts, Lord.
Yes,
Oh,
amen. Everyone was on board that no matter how delusional he was from the jump, he was truly delusional since he stepped off the plane as to where they were at together. And that
and
text,
it doesn't help that Madison has his vendetta. Sally knows him pretty much the same way. He was, kind of needy to her too at 2:00 in the morning. And Taylor is enjoying this so that she can, have some retribution.
right? Well, I mean, it's really, really, this is the part that I find fascinating, like I said before. The fact that we're watching a man who's grown up wealthy, who's grown up with a silver spoon, who is undeniably good looking and smart and charismatic, and who then at an early enough age got onto a television show and has had enough star power added to the attributes he already had to be able to get any tail he wanted in Charleston. So this is really, I think, one of the first times that we're watching. He's kind of aging out of the bar scene. He's already known now in the Bravo circles as a drunk and a disaster, right? Like we're watching some vulnerabilities and things. So it's just really fascinating to watch him kind of fall apart over this girl because he's never done this over a woman on the history of the show.
And Molly just waiting in the wings, child. She's like, ooh.
Poor Molly.
If it ever, like I said, Molly girl, if you're listening, watching, listening, if anybody know Molly, do you, boo? And he'll if he want to come, don't go that man. Listen, I don't care if you 3 drinks, 4 drinks, 6 drinks in. Do you date? Let him see you. And if he wants to approach you, fine. But girl, remember, this man is going through a whole lot, not just his heart being broke. He going through sobriety issues, and that's a whole nother animal that personally I think he need to wait a full year before doing anything with anybody. But anywho, Molly, do you, boo? Don't just sit back and watch. Be a friend, but let that ship sail, boo.
Yep. Well, I think we see in the trailer at the end, I think they kiss in the finale, but I don't know where that goes.
Well, I don't think there's nothing left for this episode.
Yep.
Ciao.
It's a mess.
Well, like I said, Shep, you need some thickness, some age, somebody who know how to make a good black eyed pea, and some cornbread.
Yep.
for your troubles. But yeah, y'all, that was Southern Charm. The charm of the South. Yeah. Season 10, episode 11.
The cringe of the South.
Girl, ain't that nothing? I can't believe it. Well, episode 12 should be real juicy too. When JT get there, because they're gonna be arguing and carrying on and arguing. So all right. So that was it. Do you have any last words?
Nope. I'm looking forward to the next to dinner when Shep and Sienna, I think, have the final conversation.
Yes. Well, you guys, when about to call you Robin. What am I about to call her Robin? Who is Robin? Anywho. When Aaron ain't filming Southern Charm or Drag Race, hanging out with me, please tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Alexander Rogers' channel. We like to do a red carpet review. We just did the BAFTA awards, and you
Yes,
can
it was
also
funny.
catch. Yes, I thought so. There were some good jokes on there. Give us a chance, even if you're not necessarily into the BAFTA award show. Like some of the fashion jokes we came up with for that red carpet were top notch. And you can also catch me on Instagram at psychic_ELB. Hit me up in the DMs if you would like to get a psychic reading.
All right, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate you. We'll catch you next time. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And that was it, y'all. Bye. Rain, rain, all day.